Lolly-ho internet, this is the Orpig coming to you, and today I wanted to make a video on 5 mistakes that I've made dieting and lifting, okay, together. So I know most people, I think, that watch my videos do more with dieting than not necessarily interested in the lifting part. So I'm going to go over dieting first. It's 5 overall, but the dieting tips. So number 1 is that after a cheat day or a meal, so you know, the day that you decide to cheat on your diet, the biggest mistake that I made, as well as I see other people, and I'm probably going to bring this up in other videos as well, is that the next day they starve themselves. Okay, you feel guilty because you broke your diet, even if it was just for a meal or just because you ate that Sonic Blast or sundae or ice cream, cookies, whatever it is. Okay, you break your diet either for the whole day of the meal, and the next day you feel like you have to make up for it, so you starve yourself or you skip another meal. You only eat once. Okay, you go to this extreme measure, so you go from eating your normal amount of calories, then one day of blowing it up to epic proportions, and then down to way below what you were before. What you're doing is you're shocking your body, okay? And when you shock your body like that to where it's not getting calories coming in, it's not getting food intake, it's gonna hold on to everything that it had. So now you ate this excess of calories, and instead of telling your body it's okay, I'm gonna keep feeding you, you have food coming to you. All right, this isn't prehistoric times where we got to go hunting and we just killed a woolly mammoth and we've got food for a week and that's it, because once that food's gone, we're probably never going to kill something again for a long time. So you've got this long period of not eating. All right, so what your body does is it starts to hold on to what it does have. So when you go into that next day after a cheat day, if you don't eat a normal amount of calories that you're used to, your body is going to basically just, like, think of it as just season up and hoarding all the calories that it does have, the food that you've taken in, and not letting go of it. Okay, if you eat a normal amount of calories the next day, so your body's got all this food and it's hoarding it. It's like, oh my goodness, we just had a buffet, right? We got all this food and I'm gonna hold on to everything I got. Well, the next day, if you keep on eating food and intaking it, then it's kind of like, oh, all right, well, I'm getting food. Like, there's no reason for me to hoard this food, so I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna take what I need, and then I'm gonna let the rest go, because it's all right. I'm getting substance. I don't have to hoard or hold on to or fine tune what I'm getting. There's no way to scrounge. There's no reason I have to scrounge what I do have, because I have abundance of calories coming in. So after your cheat day, it's important, even though you feel guilty, even though you feel bad, you eat a normal amount of food that next day. Don't cut it. You're only cheating yourself, and you're only making your body hoard that nasty food that you did eat and not just let it go. So you want to eat normal after your cheat day. The next thing is, when you're dieting, okay, is that sleep is vital. Now, when we go to sleep, our metabolism drops down. So for the longest time, I used to feel like if I got less sleep, then that would be better, because that was less time that my metabolism was dropping down to to burn calories and fat and everything. So if I'm up longer, if I'm able to sustain myself on 4 or maybe even 6 hours of sleep, that I was doing better for myself to lose weight. And that's a huge mistake. Number 1, it's a big mistake if you're doing any kind of weightlifting, because sleep is vital for your muscles to repair themselves. So that's the main reason if you do the bodybuilding. The second thing, though, is that sleep helps your body to maintain that high level of efficiency with your metabolism. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you are not having your metabolism and your entire body, your entire system inside running efficiently because of that lack of sleep. Your body needs rest, okay? It needs those 8 hours, maybe 7 to 8 hours, all right? Of course, if you get too much sleep, of course, that makes us drowsy and we feel lethargic and we don't want to do anything. So you got to be cautious on too much sleep. But obviously, I stick by the principle of 8 hours is optimal. A lot of times I only get 6, but I try to get 8 hours when I can. 6 hours is still, to me, good. It depends on your person. But the fact is, though, don't be like me. Don't think that the less sleep I have, the longer my metabolism is at a higher rate than when it drops down for sleep. That's not true, okay? Sleep is important for your body to run efficiently. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you are not optimally running your body when you are awake. So sleep is very important. Now the next thing we're gonna move into weightlifting. So if you're not interested in weightlifting, diet, whatever, thanks for tuning in. And here we go. So my next mistake that I've made, and I've made this for a long time, is that I never increased my weight. I believed that as long as I had good form, which I still, form is absolutely important, but as long as I had good form and I did weight, that I could move up my repetitions of weight. So we'll do the standard bench press, right? Bench press, I throw on 2 plates, 135, and I would just go to town and I would do I do 5 sets. A lot of people do 3. I think 4 is optimal, they say now, but I do 5 sets, and I would do 12 to 15. And it would taper down as I would go, right? So by the time I get to my 5th set, I was only knocking out maybe 8 to 10, depending on the time. And I figured over time, if I kept this up, if I kept doing this, eventually my body would increase in strength, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger compared it to a motor. He said that the human body is a fantastic machine. If there's a motor and it has to be 12 horsepower in order to pull a trailer, if you pull that trailer every day with that 10 horsepower motor, it's still just going to be a 10 horsepower motor. But if the human body is compared to that motor, if it's 10 horsepower and you have to pull that trailer every day, it eventually will build itself up to a 12 horsepower. And then you get a bigger trailer and 15 horsepower is required, and you keep running it, and eventually it builds up. Okay, so I figured if I just kept doing this lightweight over and over and over again, eventually I would get stronger, right? Eventually I would be able to do more repetitions to where I was doing 15 to 20 for 5 sets, and then from there I could move on to weight and drop back down to 10. I never was able to increase my reps with that weight. I never moved up. You can ask my buddy Park, who I refer to so oftenly. I worked out with him when I was in the Marine Corps for 2 years, I think, and I never increased weight. And he used to get upset with me. He used to, the most I think I did was put on 210s and do 155, and I could only do it like 8. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I got to be able to do 10. So until I can put 210s on and do it 10 times, I'm not going up in weight. Well, here recently I decided to change up, because it's very important that you change up. You shock the muscles. So I decided to change up, and I went into a strength training program, which means I increased my weight and I lowered my reps. And what I found was my body quickly adapted to increasing the amount of weight. So much so that when I did drop back down to 135, I could easily do it 20 times. It felt a lot lighter. And I guess I expected one day to just pick up, I expected to increase my weight so much that one day I would be able to just pick up 185, 225s on the end, and it would feel like 135, and that never happened. So as I increased my weight and I started to bench or everything, I allowed my reps to come down, and I increased the amount of weight that I did. Lower reps, higher weight. And what I found was when I went down to the weight I was previously working out at for 10 to 12 reps, I could easily do it for 15 to 20. It felt a lot lighter. But by never allowing my body to feel that heavier weight, right? Never allowing my body to feel what it felt like to bench press 225, to push it up and hold it in my arms. Never allowing that, I never realized how light 135 could feel, because I was always using 135, and it never got lighter. It never got lighter for me. It never got easier. But when I moved up in weight and I felt what 185 felt like, I felt like what 205, 225 felt like, and benched that, and then dropped down, I could do more reps. So I don't really understand why the body's like that. I know there's going to be a ton of people out there, if they ever see this, that are strength trainer, who are like, yeah, of course you're a moron or whatever, but I just look at it as yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I was dumb, but I don't want other people to make the same mistakes, and I'm letting my mistakes be known, So I've moved on to strength training. I've been doing that for a while. I'm probably going to go back to bodybuilding, which is another video I'm going to do on the difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding, which I knew about for a long time. But again, I just figured I could get stronger by strictly doing bodybuilding, and that wasn't the case, and that's my mistake. So if you're like me, if you're working out to lose weight and you feel like you need to do high reps, low weight, just understand you're never going to be able you're never going to be able to do higher weight unless you do strength training. And Arnold always said that his advantage he felt with bodybuilding was that he did both a cycle of powerlifting to a cycle of bodybuilding, that there is a difference. You need to understand that. I'm going to do another video on that later on and explain the difference. But there are differences between powerlifting and bodybuilding, and you've got to decide, what are you working for? What are your goals? And of course, rotating them is good to shock the muscles, which brings me to my next point, which is you have to break your routine, okay? Whether you're a powerlifter or bodybuilder, if you're working out with weights, you have got to break your routine. So just like if you were ever in the military or you were a police officer and they tell you to break your routine, don't have a routine, don't allow terrorists to be able to track you. You know, every day you drive to work that you go this way and you leave at 5 a.m. You can't have a routine. Your muscles are the same way. You know, Arnold, when I watched his videos, he used to say how he would go to the gym and it was, let's say it was bis and tris day, right? And he would say that his muscles actually had a mind, right? So his biceps would be like, I know we're going to do curls first, and then after you do curls, I know you're going to go do dips, and then after we do dips, I know you're going to do some dumbbell curls and everything, but this time I went into the gym and the first thing I did was I did line barbell extensions, you know, for my triceps. And then the next thing I did was cable curls, to where my muscles were just constantly guessing, thinking, what am I doing? And that's what you have to do. Whether it's breaking a routine of going to strength to bodybuilding, or it's breaking that routine of what you do. So for the last year now that I've been working out, I've been on a strict routine of I do 2 body parts a day. So I do like chest and back, right? They're opposite muscles of each other, and I've read that promotes the most growth. So that's what I've stuck with. So I'll go in and I'll do chest first every day. Now I'll change up what I start with. I don't always just go in and hit the bench press, okay? Even though I want to. I go in and I hit flies first, or maybe I hit incline dumbbells, and then the next time I'll go do decline barbell first. I mean, constantly changing up, never establishing a routine. But my routine was I did chest first, I did that, knocked that out, boom, 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 and then I went to back, boom, 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 knocked out back, and I change up my order of my exercises. Now, starting about 2 months ago, I changed it up to where I do a set of chest, so a whole 5 sets of whatever I'm doing, bench press, flies, and then I do a set for back. And they say that this allows your chest to rest while you're doing back, and then you go back and you do chest after you've done back, and the chest has rested, and then you go do a set of back, and the back has rested while you were doing chest. So this is another routine I'm doing, and it's going to shock my muscles because they are not used to working out in this pattern. I'm going to be able to break them down further. They're not used to this. So change your routine, find different routines, and do it for a long period of time. This is not something that you do for a week. This is not something that you do for a month. I am going to do this routine for anywhere from 6 months to a year before I go back to my old routine of 1 body part first and then 1 body part next. But I'm going to change it up because you have got to change things up. You have got to shock the muscle if you want to see those big gains, if you want to see the increase in either strength or, you know, cutting up or blowing up your muscles, whatever it is. You have to change your routine. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and you can't just keep doing the same exercises over and over and expect your body to overcome those plateaus that we hit. And then the last thing is, and not everybody can do this, but if you're able to, you want to lift early in the day. So if you lift early in the day, that gives your muscle more time to repair throughout the day while you're awake. Again, your body is running in optimal mode if you got enough sleep and everything while you're awake. Your muscles are repairing themselves much better during the day, and it's a constant use of calories throughout the day. So you're getting more out of it if you work out earlier. You're getting better repair to your muscles, and you're getting more calorie burn throughout the day by working out early. Okay, yes, sleep is still vital. It is very important for your muscle repair and everything, but it's not as good as working out and then going to sleep. Some people might disagree with that, and that's fine. Everybody's got their prerogative. But for me, I'm saying it's better for you to work out in the day, everything I've read. And we can go online and you can look up research that favors working out early, and then research that favors working out and then going to sleep so your muscles can optimally repair themselves. Whatever it is that you feel you have to follow. But my tip is, try to work out early. Like many people know who follow Instagram or Facebook with me, I've been getting up at like 3 a.m. just so I can get to the gym by 4 because my daughter wants me to wake her up, and that's the dad life, right? I want to work out early. My wife is no longer my gym partner, so I can go early in the morning because she is not a morning person, but neither am I. But I like to work out early. I like to knock it out. I like to get it done. I want to come home from work and just be done, or if I got chores like cutting the grass or something, I can just go straight outside and start doing that. I don't have to go to the gym and then come back and go, is there enough daylight to do this? So I like to work out early in the morning because it's better for me. It burns more calories. It's better for my muscles to repair themselves, and it gives me the evening time to goof off and make silly little videos like this. All right, so those are my tips. I hope you enjoyed them. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Sorry for a little bit longer. I like to keep my videos at 10 minutes, but I got a bit of a rant, so I appreciate it. I'll see y'all later. Hey, if you stuck around, thanks a lot. It's time for another What's on My Set List. So today's song is by a band not too well known, I think, which is Less Than Jake. And the name of the song is called All My Best Friends Are Metalheads. It's a fast beat punk song that's probably in line with bands like Sum 41 or so. And I like it. It's an up-tempo song. It gets me motivated, gets me pumped up. So check it out. If there's any songs you'd like to listen to while you work out, let me know in the comment section so I can check them out. Maybe add them to my own set list. Maybe put them at the end of the video like I do these. All right, thanks a lot. See y'all again.